Hey folks, Keith McGowan, the Outboard Dad here to help you have a better boating experience. Keep in mind, my used outboard motor buying guide will soon be available on Amazon. And if you send me an email with proof of purchase at keith@outboarddad.com, I will give you a free consultation session over the phone to help you buy a good boat, how to check out a motor, or maybe a project that you're working on. Today, we're going to continue on with our lower unit seals. If you remember, we did just the shifter shaft seals, because not shifter shaft, just the drive shaft seals, because that's all that was leaking when we pressure tested it. But we have a little oil here at the shifter shaft, and we also had bubbles coming out at our prop shaft, which we didn't last time. Why we didn't, I don't know, but sometimes it's best just to do the whole thing. And sometimes you can get away with just doing a set of seals. So we're going to start with the shifter shaft. We'll work on that first, get that pulled apart, clean it all up, and then we'll work on that prop shaft. So let's get started. Got all of our bolts up. So now we want to carefully, this is only plastic, so we want to work this at different spots, back and forth, and slowly lift this up. You want to be sure you do this carefully, because you just want to work it a little by little each time. Work this corner a little bit, work this corner a little bit, work this corner. So now it just starts to pick up a little bit. Don't want to get excited and start prying really hard, because I don't want to break these ears off. So now I can kind of get my screwdriver under it a little more, and now it looks like it's coming up. Keep going nice and easy. Now I want to be careful as well. I don't want to lift this shift shaft completely out. It doesn't necessarily get locked in there. So I want to make sure I hold this when I pick it up so it stays in place. So here we have our shift shaft housing, and there's a seal inside here we're going to pull out. And then there's an O-ring around the outside. We'll clean this all up and get the new parts in. So what I like to do is take some tissues and stuff them down inside the hole. I don't want to go too far. I don't want to get them lost in there. But I can take my needle nose and pull it out when we're done. This way, because I need to get in here with some emery cloth and clean this off and make sure it's really nice and clean before we put the new one with the new seals back in. So now that this is nice and clean, I'm going to go ahead and take this O-ring out of here. Just get my little screwdriver in there and we'll pull that out. Put that aside. There's also a seal in here. Wow, that pulled out really easy. So it wasn't really in there very well. Just kind of went boom. So we're going to put some sealer around the outside as well. I wonder if it was leaking around the outside of this seal and maybe the shaft was not leaking. Hard to tell. We can slide it over the shaft and see how tight it is. It's not very tight against the shaft. Let's see what the new one feels like. Yeah, new one makes a nice squeeze on that shaft. So combination of the both. We're going to clean this up really good. Going to make sure there's no corrosion left on this. Cleaning this groove. It is plastic, so it doesn't hold on to the corrosion as much as the metal does. So we'll clean this up real good. We'll get the new O-ring in, get the new seal in. We'll put this in. I'll probably put a little bit of my famous weather stripping adhesive in there from OMC, which is a 3M product. And then we'll put this back together. Then we'll start working on that prop shaft. It can be difficult to get into all those little grooves. So I have a special brush that is Oral-B and WD-40. And we'll clean this up. So we'll take our new O-ring first. Yamaha parts, not aftermarket. Nothing wrong with aftermarket with certain things. So we'll slip our new O-ring on. Nice clean cap now. So that's in there nicely all the way around. We're going to put some weather stripping adhesive around here before we put it together. And let's check out this. So I want to clean this since I kind of grabbed it with my gloves that are a little oily. I don't want to spray brake cleaner right on it, but I can clean it off with the rag. And let's see how this fits in here, if it's a tight fit. So it should push down in there. So we're going to put a little sealer on that as well and put this together. So I don't want to put a lot on it. Just want to get a thin coating on there. Stuff can be a little sticky. Get it in there. So that pushed in there nicely. Wipe off the excess. And that'll make a nice seal. So I want to be careful I don't get any sealer on the inside where the seal is, but you can see it pushed right through. So now we'll put a little on the outside of here and drop this down into place. So I'm going to put a little bit of oil, just a little WD-40 on this shaft, just so the seal slides down nicely. Now I'll get our bolts back lined up. And we're going to head and crank these down evenly. Now that's nice and tight. So we can go ahead and flip this around and check out that prop shaft seals. This is where it gets a little creative. When we look inside here, we can see that it's essentially a nut threaded that threads in here. It's not going to spin out. Let's be realistic. I know they even make a tool, but most times you just drill it out, you buy another one. It's so corroded down in the bottom here that it's not going to come out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill some holes strategically and then break a piece off, then crunch it down a little smaller, and then we'll take that out. Then we have to get a puller on here for this bearing carrier, and that's where it's going to get a little interesting. So stay tuned. So if you look closely, there is a metal ring inside of this nut. That metal ring has tabs on it that bend down to keep the nut from spinning out. Now it's going to get corroded in there anyway, but it's probably on the initial startup when this is first put together. You don't want it to back out a little bit and end up changing your play in your shaft, right? So this is not supposed to be more than 20 thousandths. This appears to have less than that because I can barely get a little movement out of it at all. So I'm going to start on here right next to the corroded area because I'm hoping the corroded area is going to break first. And I'm going to first bend those tabs back a little bit. Looks like it's just one. So we'll drill this out, make a little mess here, which is one of my strengths, making messes. So let's see where we're at right now. So if you look closely, I went ahead and drilled a hole right here. I started here and then I realized to the left of that there I could drill all the way through, and it's a thinner part of this so I can break it easier. So I'm going to do another one over here and then we'll see if we can snap it. Now if you look where I drilled the hole, I made sure I was as straight as I could possibly be. I don't want to go down and catch the threads. They're going to get a little bit buggered up when we're moving this out and they're a little bit corroded, but we want to keep as much of those threads as we can. So we want to be very careful when we're drilling through this. Second hole is drilled, so we have my famous wooden handle metal all the way through screwdriver that I can beat the snot out of. So I'm going to go right on that hole. As you can see, it just went right in because there's not much metal left. Just going to give it a little wiggle. Then I'm going to go on the other hole. Give it a little wiggle. Now I want to hit the fat part of it, and there it goes. So that popped out. It is still jammed in there a little bit. And there's one piece. So you can see where I drilled through. So I started a hole here and then realized I want to be in the thinner part. And I'm on the thinner part over here. And you can see the threads left over on that. So now we should be able to get the rest of this to kind of collapse in a little bit. And there we go. So you can see the threads actually still intact. Look here, threads don't look too bad. So there's our piece out. So now we can take our ring out. All right, so that's the ring I was telling you that was in there. Here's the tab that we folded up, and it has tabs on the other side that are pushing through to hold against the bearing carrier. So now we're going to clean this up as best we can inside here, and we're going to get a puller on here. I have a couple different pullers I've worked with. Going to see what I have in my little puller kit. Sometimes I've made some homemade hooks to get in there to try and pull this out. So that'll be in our next episode. So please stay tuned, like, subscribe, send me any comments that you have, and let me know what you're working on so I can help you get out on the water safely and have a better boating experience. Have a great day.